This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Magus, and I don't make New Year's resolutions, but I figured since I'm doing these year-end videos that I will do something kind of fun and give my gaming resolutions for 2018. Just a couple, not really a lot. Again, I'm not a resolutions person. I just funny because someone asked me what was my New Year's resolution, and I say this to people. I've been saying it for the last 5 years. I resolve not to make resolutions because I don't want to make promises to myself that I may not necessarily keep. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I don't need to resolve to do it. It's not like it's actually something that holds you to that. Because at the end of the day, we all make promises throughout the years about things we're going to do, and we back down on them. If you're going to truly be committed to something, you're going to be truly committed to it. That being said, I do these gaming resolutions because these are going to be mostly based on ideals that I've already held, that I feel like I've always held. And so these are things that I would like to see the gaming community itself resolve itself to do. The first being, be a better community, be a friendlier community, be a more open-minded community, and be a less argumentative community. Gaming is great. Love fucking gaming. I've loved gaming since the age of 7. When I got to my Atari 2600, or did I have the 2500? I forget which, but I think no, it was the 2600. Been in gaming ever since then. I love the creativity. I love all the things that you see happen in gaming, the variety. But I feel like we've gotten to a point now where people have lost sight of that, especially the fun factor. I think so many extra things like this whole loot box thing, the DLC thing, the extra costs, or the extra ways that companies are now trying to make money. People are so focused on that they forget about the fun, and it's caused, to me, a pretty toxic environment where people are now super clannish and they huddle up in groups and attack other groups. If you're not a part of these groups, you get hit and things like that. I especially see that in the content creator realm, where it's just like you're a fucking idiot if you feel some way different than another content creator, and content creators are fostering attitudes and opinions that are building upon the toxicity within the gaming community, which I don't like. I feel like as a content creator, it's my responsibility to be honest with you, open with you, share my opinion, but to make sure that you know that it's my opinion, and that you, if you're a fan of my content, I'm not expecting you to agree with me or to follow my lead. Have your own mind, have your own opinion. If you disagree with me, disagree, but let's do it, let's do it in a amicable way. We don't need to go back and forth and bang on each other. You don't have to like what I like. I don't have to like what you like. We can make our reasons known, but we don't have to be, contentious about it. And I feel like there's a lot of contention, a lot of disdain, a lot of, just unnecessary anger within the gaming community. So I resolve to continually be an advocate of a more friendlier, peaceful and mature gaming community. That's what I'm going to always push to strive for, no matter what. I resolve to allow gaming companies more creativity. And again, this is something I already do, but it's also something I want the community to do. It ties into that because part of the noise about the different things that we don't like, the loot boxes and things like that, the problem is we're in the state now, I feel like, there's a lot of creators out there, especially major studios, that aren't willing to push the envelope and go with their vision in games. Again, coming from the old school, people used to make crazy, crappy games all the time. ET, things like that. But there are also games that end up not being well received that had a much more creative creative lean to them because this is what the creators want to make. That being said, um, nobody's willing to take risk anymore. And I feel like it's because there's so many different things, certain things like check boxes that people feel they have to hit. Does it have multiplayer? Does it have more than 10, 15 hours of gameplay? Does it, have this, that, the other? That gamers are trying to hold these companies to, that I don't remember ever holding companies to these things. People would just come out with a crazy game. Again, I always use this as the best example. Think about the way that we perceive games and the way that we attack games these days. Like, does it have enough of this? Does it have enough of that? Is it done that? Is it worth the $60? Because if it don't have A, B, or C, I don't think it's worth it. Think about if we had that kind of attitude back in the day. There would be no Metal Gear because Metal Gear was out of the way. Like, it was something that was never really done before in its time. But Kojima was allowed to make this game. It didn't do the best as far as sales, but it gained enough cult following to beg for a sequel on the NES, and then eventually they gave Kojima time to develop, Metal Gear Solid 2. He found the technology that he needed to make his vision of the game, and they were like, well, yeah, because people seem to like those games. It wasn't huge, but you've made good games. You worked on stuff before, and why not? Then you got Metal Gear Solid, and the rest is history. Everybody thinks Kojima's a gaming god. It was because people took chances. Konami took a chance, and it paid off for them. But not everything is going to actually pay off for you. But you have to take those risks. You have to be willing to be able to do that. Because again, if you want a more modern example, Guerrilla Games is probably the best example. Killzone was their franchise. Everybody knew them for Killzone, first-person shooter. They went to Sony. It was like, yo, we want to make a third-person action-adventure RPG. Sony was like, they listened to their pitch. Yeah, fuck it. You've made solid games for us. They've sold pretty well. We believe in you. Go do your thing. Boom, Horizon Zero Dawn. The rest is history. Same thing with a lot of Sony studios. Sucker Punch. They did the Sly Cooper. They could have kept pumping out Sly Cooper games because that franchise was popular for a time. But Sucker Punch asked if they could do Infamous. Sony was like, yep, go ahead. Do that shit. Boom. Infamous became a popular franchise. Let these studios do what they do. The developers are in this business for a reason. Sure, you're not gonna get the best game all the time from them, but let them be creative. Let them open. It's like the whole thing with EA with the Star Wars game that they shut down, saying that people don't like single player games. That's bullshit. You should never start curtailing things to follow trends. Make your game. If the game sounds like it's a cool game, let them do it. Don't worry about trends. Don't worry about what the internet says. Make the game that you want to make. Present it to people and let them decide whether or not they like it or not. If they don't, hey, at least you did what you needed to do. And we as gamers need to be more open-minded. So again, resolve to be a more open-minded gamer. Which I've always been, because hell, there was a time where I wouldn't play a first-person shooter for some reason. But leaning into the end of the PlayStation 3 life cycle and into the beginning of the PlayStation 4 life cycle, I was like, you know what? I need to stop being stubborn and not playing first-person shooters. Not like I didn't play them back in the day when I was a PC gamer. Let's play them again, And stuff like Destiny, Battlefield, things like that, I love. So open your mind. You might find that you can actually like something outside of what you're used to playing. And I think that's the biggest resolution that I have to drop is being more open minded. I resolved to me being more open minded and to me encouraging others to be more open minded in the gaming community. That is what we need because um, going to my last resolution, I resolved to just care about having fun at the end of the day. Sure, the other stuff, certain things are going to bother me, that things I'm not going to like. But as long as what I am playing, I'm enjoying, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And that should be all that matters to us as gamers. Enjoy yourself. Don't sit and waste your time continually bitching and moaning about things. Find something that you like. And if you don't like anything in gaming, find another hobby. You don't have to be a gamer. It's okay. I've quit things that I used to like that weren't as cool as they are, they were back when I really liked them. Because why am I going to sit here and just keep bemoaning that the thing that I used to like isn't the way it was? There's many things in life that you can enjoy. And if gaming isn't one of them anymore, find something else. Otherwise, enjoy the games that you enjoy. Don't worry about the stuff that you don't like. It's not that big of a deal. It shouldn't be the most forefront thought in your mind. You want to be a happy, content person. You don't need to be an angry, upset person that's dissatisfied all the time. Find what satisfies you and stick to it, okay? Have fun. Actually enjoy yourself for the love of God. All right, so with that, feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Black Makers, and I'm out. Deuces.